Did you know? Alexa Bliss's character was originally going to have a redneck gimmick. In 2013, before she made her in-ring debut, the first idea for Bliss's character would be that of a spoiled, tough-love southerner who was dating Scott Dawson. Bliss would accompany Dawson to the ring and serve in a manager, valet type role. The closest this idea ever got to seeing the light of day was at a few untelevised NXT events, where Bliss came with Dawson to the ring. However, the unused character was how the name Alexa Bliss came about. The phrase, bless your heart, is common in southern United States, but with a southern accent, the word bless can sound like bliss. Originally, she was planning on having bliss your heart be her catchphrase, as well as using bliss for some wordplay. But once the southern character got turned down, she decided to use Bliss as a surname and combine it with her real first name of Alexis. It's also possible that Alexa Bliss was originally going to make her debut in NXT as a member of the group The Beautiful Fierce Females, the BFFs, which was comprised of Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and Summer Rae. In March of 2014, Bliss teamed up with Sasha Banks and Charlotte at a handful of NXT live events. Summer Rae was also appearing less frequently on NXT, as she was competing more on the main WWE roster, as well as filming for the show Total Divas. So it's possible that the plan was for Alexa Bliss to debut as the new third member of the BFFs. This, of course, didn't happen, as she ended up as a singles competitor. Bliss's mother was against her pursuing a career with WWE. When Alexa Bliss told her mother that she got a tryout with WWE, her mother was opposed to the decision, and even used China as a reason not to join, saying that women China size would destroy her in the ring. Because of her mother's disapproval, Bliss ended up attending the WWE tryout without her mother's knowledge. Shortly after being signed though, Bliss's mother did a complete 180. Bliss found that the culture and the demand of the WWE was too much for her, and was thinking of quitting. Her mother, however, was the one that convinced her to continue, and even worked with her on creating promos and talking on the mic. Alexa Bliss is just over 5 feet tall, hence the nickname 5 Feet of Fury. What's kind of funny though, is WWE had to make some adjustments for her because of her size. When she won the WWE Raw Women's Championship at Payback 2017, the belt was a little too big for her, so in order to make it fit, the belt had to be shortened. Alexa Bliss didn't make her in-ring debut until about a year after being signed to the WWE. Her first ever appearance was in July of 2013, when she's a part of the group of female performers who congratulated Paige on becoming the first NXT Women's Champion. Later in the year, she became an announcer, but was never given a name. While announcing, she had trouble remembering what she was supposed to say, and placed sticky notes on the back of her microphone to serve as a reminder. She also worked a little bit as a referee at some NXT live events. In May of 2014, she made her televised debut on NXT, and had a gimmick that was, for lack of a better term, a sparkly fairy. What's interesting is that the idea for this character started back in 2012. While Alexa Bliss was attending a WWE tryout, she was discussing with Triple H what ideas she had for her persona. One trait she wanted to include was spraying sparkles, which was inspired by the great Kabuki, who sprayed green mist. After joining NXT and trying to create a character for herself for roughly a year, she ultimately ended up going back to the one she came up with during her tryout 2 years ago, which took inspiration from her cheerleading career. Despite having a completely different personality today, her moveset takes inspiration from her cheerleading days. Bliss's finishing maneuver, Twisted Bliss, is based on a move she performed during her tumbling sequence in cheerleading. Bliss is known for wearing attires that are inspired by pop culture characters. However, there's a couple of ideas that haven't seen the light of day yet. One was an outfit based on the character Two-Face from the Batman franchise. In NXT, while she was teamed with Blake and Murphy, they had plans to do a team cosplay of the Batman characters Harley Quinn and the Joker. While this never happened, Bliss decided to use the Harley Quinn attire when she made the move to SmackDown Live. She was actually worried that she wasn't going to be able to use any pop culture themed attires when she moved to the main roster, because of the perceived stricter culture than in NXT. This led to her not asking for permission to wear the Harley Quinn inspired clothes. Luckily, she got a warm response to the decision, and has continued to incorporate other characters into her threads. Hey, so the folks at Did You Know Gaming were kind enough to let us steal their idea, so check out their channel. And if you're in the mood for more Tap Out Corner videos, check out the video on the left. With that, I'm Zach. Catch you later.